Welcome back. Welcome to another episode of Real Life with JazSaro. Keeping on the series of the same theme of the dark nights of the soul. My mind's gone blank now.
Oh, okay. Well, you were asking me.
Yes.
What did I mean about the ego and the false self?
That's it.
Yeah. So we were having a conversation, and Chris was saying, "What does that mean?" And so we thought we'd share it with you, and that's what I'm going to explain here. So basically, when you're going through the dark night of the soul, one of the things that happens is when the breakdown process is happening, what is happening is your ego is getting broken down, and that is your false self, because that false self is no longer valid. It doesn't serve you anymore.
Wow.
And so that false self, which is very much related to the ego that was keeping it alive and keeping it going, is suddenly beginning to break down. And when that's broken down, the emergence of the real self, of who you truly are, starts to emerge, starts to come to the forefront, and is born. Now, in one of my previous videos, I mentioned about Pluto in this series, and with Pluto in my placing, actually, it was hitting an angle, and it was going over my ascendant into the first house, and what that did was break me down, right down. And an angle is a very powerful placing in astrology, and when I had the birth, I actually, when it cut over the angle into the first house, I can remember to this day very clearly, I was experiencing myself going through a tunnel and coming out on the other side like I had a birth.
Wow.
It was one of the most amazing experiences. It was like I'd been going through this tunnel, and then I came out, and it was like I had this birth. And it really felt like I was a baby that had just been born. And I had to, I remember, although I was an adult, it was like I had to learn to suddenly take these little steps. It was like I was learning everything again for the first time. I had to take these little steps, and then it was like me learning to walk again. And everything, it was like I was this baby relearning all these things around me.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. It was really an amazing experience. Very powerful, very powerful.
And it's amazing how everything comes back to that kind of born again experience. It's so interlinked in a lot of religious kind of themes.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you see, with religions, they have all got it, there. They all talk about it, but the wording is very different, It's the wording, and people take those interpretations in different ways. Yeah, but, it's all the same at the end of the day. And that's when you can see past those, differences. There is, like Rumi says, there is a field of, beyond the right and wrong, there is a field, and I'll meet you there. And it's very much like that with, all the rights and wrongs of the different, religions. There is a space that, we can all come into this sense of oneness without all these differences, and really experience that oneness, and understand that it is all the same. So whether, this we talk about this born again from the Christianity sort of perspective, or whether we talk about the dying of the ego from the Eastern-like perspective, you know, it is all the same, you know. It's the experience. Everybody's experience is unique, you know, to them. There are obviously shared experiences, but everybody's experience is unique to them. And but one of the things that definitely does happen in this journey of the dark night of the soul is that your ego, the false self, you know, will fall away, will break off, will fall away, will die, and then you have this rebirth, this new beginning, the emergence. You know, it's a little bit like you know, the snake shedding its skin, and it has to shed the skin. That layer of that old skin has to come off for the newness, you know, the beautiful new vibrant colours to shine through.
Oh yeah.
That's the experience, you know.
And I suppose there's always that moment of transition as well.
Absolutely. Definitely, yeah. So, yeah, so if you're going through an experience of this rebirth and don't quite understand some of the things, by all means, you know, contact us and see how we can help you.
Yeah, please see the links below if you're after any form of therapy as well. Jazz can help you in that sense as well, as she does different variations of therapies.
Yeah, hypnotherapy, that could work wonders. Or if you just want somebody to sit and listen, you know, my counselling skills, very, very good. So, you know, if you just want somebody to be there for you to sit and listen, somebody that understands what you're going through, is one of the most powerful things during this stage. Just somebody to know how you feel. You know, put all the other therapies aside, just the presence of somebody who understands you is very important.
Definitely. Thanks very much. Thank you. Please subscribe.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.